So you know what would be hilarious?
What would be hilarious?
As like a countdown for the new year is in the movie Amsterdam that came out a few months ago. It's not very good.
It sucks.
Taylor Swift is in it, right? And she's only in it for like 8 minutes. Because at like it might be like 10 minutes, I don't know. But at that mark, some guy like a character in the movie walks up and pushes her in front of a car, and she gets run over by a car.
So we're syncing
so
up.
So if you synced up the New Year's drop to Taylor's, bro, you have to see the scene because it's really funny.
Taylor's getting run over by a car.
The first time I watched it, I rewinded it and watched it again. I was like, "Yo, this is
You found
funny."
that much enjoyment out of like
Taylor Swift getting run over. Well, you have to. It's like. It looks so goofy. Like it doesn't look like it's not scary. Like it looks.
It's one of those weird movie deaths.
Yeah, it looks funny, and the fact that it's Taylor Swift just like
makes it that much funnier.
It makes it funnier for some reason. Welcome to the podcast, guys. Welcome.
It is New Year's Day. We missed Christmas. We were gonna do a Christmas episode. And then Jaron was sick. And then we rescheduled the Christmas episode, and Evan was sick. And now...
we were sick and busy.
We are sitting here on New Year's Day, and Evan is sick again. It has not been a good holiday break for Evan. Because any day, other than... I was good Christmas Day, thankfully. But every other valuable day, Christmas Eve, New Year's Day, I have been sick for. It's dandy, but that's how it goes north of the border. Everyone's just sick. But we are here, still grinding out the content. We're going to kind of merge 2 episodes. I mean, we're not really merging. We're kind of just taking the best aspect.
I'm going to shut my door real quick. Just keep talking.
We're gonna merge the best aspect of the Christmas episode into this episode, and then we are going to do Jaron's top list of the year. So, just like last year, Jaron has his top songs and albums. I have my predictions of what I think his top songs and albums are. We're going to see how many we get right, or how many I get right, I guess. There's no right or wrong for Jaron. But first, we are going to kick off the episode a little lighthearted with a segment that we were going to do on the Christmas episode before we both decided to get sick. And that is the best songs to steal children's presents to. Now, I don't think people realize that this is a legitimate thing in Canada. Like, because it sounds so far-fetched. It sounds so far-fetched. But, like, it's literally a thing where, like, every Christmas Eve, the kids have to, like, put a few of their presents out on the porch. And then they may or may not get taken through the night. It's just like an honor system. You only take one. It's like a French tradition, so kids learn to not put as much value in their material possessions. So, yeah, like, I have taken presents off of porches from children. And just been like, wow, that felt good. I have also had presents taken off my porch. And I cried. And that was the start of my villain story. Another reason why I hate French people, to be honest with you.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So, like, your parents could have spent, like, $40 on a present. And just, it gets stolen. Do you get to choose? Like how does that even...
Well, I mean, if I'm a parent and I bought a really expensive gift,
you probably wouldn't put it out there.
On the porch.
Okay, well then.
But like, you know, if you got like some shirt or something, nabbed.
What do you do? What happens if you don't do that? Like, does somebody?
Well, no one can.
Do the Canadian Mounties come up on their horses and arrest you? You forgot to put a present out on your porch last night.
You're kind of just an L, like.
You're just an L.
You're just a chicken, like. Oh, you couldn't put your presents out, like.
So did you guys do that this year?
We're not kids.
Okay, so L.
No, I think being a kid is an L enough.
Kids take everybody takes L's until they're at least like 17.
Yeah, exactly. I find great joy in the fact that Canada is so obscure to so many people and our culture is so weird that I was able to convince you that it's an actual thing to steal children's presents on Christmas. That is not a thing. That is not. That is not a French tradition. I just pulled that out of my cheeks.
That was actually dope. That's cool that you managed to convince me of that because I 100% believed you. Okay, but the thing is, I've heard of weirder traditions.
You know
like, that's
what?
the thing.
Honestly,
I've heard of weirder, like
people do some weird stuff.
I was kind of like, okay, whatever. I mean, all right. Like some people believe in the Queen of England, so it's like I'm not gonna, like, she wasn't real,
She never existed.
She never even existed. There is no Tooth Fairy. There is no Santa Claus. Claus. Well, all right. Let's just keep going.
So we picked 3.
We both picked
songs
3
each, and these are the songs that, if that French tradition actually existed, and if it did exist, it would be French because French people are weird. These are the songs we would listen to while stealing the children's presents, so that they hear this coming in the distance and like, oh shoot, someone's stealing my presents. These are the songs that we have chosen to be villains to. So I have 3. Jaron has 3. Only one of mine is country. I'll say that.
None of mine are.
None of yours are. All right.
No, this wasn't country. This
Go
is just songs.
Well, it's not strict to country because kids don't discriminate.
Mm-hmm.
We don't discriminate while we're like harming kids' Christmas break. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for my
it's
first
open season.
Exactly.
No one's safe.
My first one I had was Wicked Game, specifically the Midland version, because I think it's prettier, so they can hear those harmonies coming and watch me run away with their hockey stick. Yeah.
I don't even know what that song is.
Well, I mean, from the title, you can kind of, it's a wicked game, but they'll just have to listen to Jess Parker Carson and Cameron Duddy harmonizing a Mark Wise track while I
was this like one of those like
Spotify
sessions recordings or something like that, or like what's it on? Because I've never.
I don't know actually.
It's just like some like a vinyl sessions thing.
I think it's just a cover they did.
Huh. Okay. Should I go or are you gonna do all 3 years? How does this work?
You can go.
Okay. So my first one is Big Papa by the Notorious B.I.G.
We've gone down the same kind of route.
I knew. I
only included Wicked Game as like a tip of the hat for the fact that we're a country podcast, but my other 2 are not.
No, I was gonna say that's not where my head was at all. I was like, what would I be listening to while I'm stealing from someone? Like I'm listening to Big Papa. Like that is what's happening. Like the bass is boosted. Like I can't sing any of the lyrics because, well, I'm white. So
white.
Yeah.
Complexional issues.
I don't do it. If you haven't heard that song, do yourself a favor and listen.
Who hasn't?
I'm sure there's probably some people. Like
That's
some people
sad,
are
isn't
very much in their country bubble, and if you're listening to this podcast, that might be you.
If you have not heard Big Papa, then something's wrong.
Okay.
All right. Well, my second, I actually have 2 from this year. I'm keeping it current. All right. Okay. I'm making sure
I'm not.
that
mine are all throwbacks.
I'm up to date with the kids while stealing from them. So I have gone with recently convicted Tory Lanez and his song Rare L.
Recently convicted Tory Lanez. I like the introduction.
And I'm going with his song from his album this year, Rare L.
Okay.
Because these kids be taking a rare L. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never heard it. I've never actually heard a Tory Lanez song. I'm just vaguely aware of who they are, who he is.
He banked Megan in the foot.
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, never mind. Well, that's what he got convicted for. He shot someone in the foot.
Oh. Okay. You said... Okay, gotcha.
Well, they got
I thought...
I was trying
you said something about a foot, and I was like, yo, is he
trying to
into
keep
foot
it PG.
stuff?
Tory Lanez convicted of, like, stealing feet pics.
Sniffing feet.
Right,
I forget I was watching something yesterday, and there were like I don't think it was done on purpose, but there were like 2 different instances in the movies where there was just like the dogs were out, and both times I was like, "Hey yo, there's feet!" And it was like it was just like it was taking up the whole screen, you know. I was like, "Hey yo."
Singing that song, bro.
Anyway.
You and your feet. Always manage to bring one of your fetishes onto the podcast.
I'll save my favorite one for last, but my next one was I went like a more like traditional serious route with this one. I went with "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," because he literally just steals all the presents. Like that's what he does.
And Jaron's green, so it just kind of works.
Huh?
He lives alone with his dog. It really fits.
None of that was true, actually.
Wait, you're not green.
Mm-mm.
You're not part of that Go Green movement.
No.
You're with those plastic bags.
Screw
like
the
that?
earth. Yeah.
I feel you.
I actually put straws in turtles' mouths.
Yeah, I do surgical operations where I just like
I force feed
system.
I force feed turtles plastic straws.
Jaron like puts plastic structures around bundles of eggs so that they hatch in.
Oh gosh.
In the plastic. They are one with the plastic.
All jokes aside, littering is bad. Don't do it, please. It actually
funny.
sucks. No. Evan's like, hey. No. All right, Evan, what's your last one?
Oh, my last one.
I'm interested to see what it is.
I think it's nothing. It's nothing crazy, but I've gone with "Broke Boys" by Drake and 21 Savage. Just a hard hitting.
Okay.
I've had enough of broke boys. I've had enough of these broke kids, and I will just,
Oh, okay.
Nice and simple. They'll hear 21 and Drake going back and forth while I take their presents.
I would argue if you're stealing from kids, though, you're probably the broke one, right? You know?
This is an interesting point you've brought up that I have not considered. But who's broke in the end?
Okay, that's a good point. You gotta respect the hustle. Yeah. After I steal all the presents, who has them?
That's
Me.
what I'm saying. Exactly. That makes me rich.
Yeah.
If I steal from you, you are now broke. I am now rich.
But you were broke, is the point. Though.
You want to know a funny story about? Well, this is just vaguely tied to Drake by the fact that the new Drake album was playing in the background of this event. So, there was some police thing going on. The most entertaining thing that has happened where I'm from in a while. Where apparently, like, someone stole a truck and, like, was zipping down trying to get away. And there was, like, cop cars chasing after this guy. And so he crashed the truck in a ditch and ran into the cornfields. And I don't know if this guy's, like, super wanted. I've never seen so many cop cars. There was, like, 15 cop cars, lights and sirens blaring. They had searchlights. And this is all happening, like,
Sheesh.
in my neighborhood. I'm like, what is So me and my brother are like, let's go looking. Let's go. And my mom's like, you're not going out while they're looking for a wanted criminal running through the air. And we're like, let's go. And so we convinced them to let us go.
Bro,
so
what?
We managed to pick up my little brother's
did you find him?
friends from the no, but we picked up my little brother's friends from the streets because there's also this like mentally ill old guy who's like a pedophile, and we don't know how he's still allowed to live in the community. But he was like following my brother's friends who were walking around, so we picked them up, and now we have a pedophile following us while we're looking for a wanted criminal with like helicopters flying and cop car. It was nuts, and all throughout it was like Drake.
When was
playing. This? A few weeks ago.
just another day. Just another day.
Bro, it was so entertaining, and we just had
weeks.
broke boys blasting. It was good. Good times.
Interesting.
All right, with that, I'm interested to hear, what is your main song?
My last song would be "Forget You" by CeeLo Green. I had to. That is the clean title. Weren't these solid picks? I would say
They were pretty good. They're pretty good. I think the vibe of Broke Boys fits better, but I like the sentiment of Forget You better.
I saw you driving around town with the girl I love, and I was like, forget you.
Well, that was our brief summary version of songs we would steal children's Christmas presents to.
That was the remnants of a neglected
lost
Christmas episode.
Because illness everywhere. With that, we're going to move on to the actual subject of today's episode, and that
What do we want to start with?
Jaron's top list. So Jaron has.
Whoa! I'm topless. Hold on, I'm wearing a shirt right now.
Jaron's best lists.
Evan, bro.
Jaron's favorites, Jaron's top selections of songs and albums from this year.
Bro, I just made an absolute banger joke, and you just paused for 1 second, looked at me, and then kept going. You were like, nah. I
don't have time for that low shelf comedy today, Jaron.
Okay, I'll step it up. I'm sorry.
My brain's actually so foggy right now. Like, I've got it, and I can just feel like my train of thought is so scattered.
Okay. This episode will be a fever dream. Low effort episode. We just got to read off lists. That's all that's happening right now.
That's all it's going. But I have my predictions. So,
do we want to do albums or songs?
It's whatever you want.
Okay. Well, why don't we do this? I wrote down some honorable mentions for my top tracks. And I think I have like 5, maybe 6. And I'll list those off. And then what we'll do is Evan will predict what my 10th track is. And then I will say what my 10th track is. And we'll just go like that. We did this last year. I think this is how we did it.
There was a small lack of communication between us two because I brought a different amount of predictions for how many songs Jaron actually brought. So I have 5 songs and 5 albums.
So should I go through so do you want me to go through my honorable mentions, then just do my bottom 5, and then we'll do like that thing with the top 5?
Yeah, let's do that. And then I've got 7 albums. I had 5, but there were 2 others that when you said 10, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to throw these 2 in as well. Okay. I've got 7 albums, so we'll run with it. It's just me trying to guess what Jaron liked this year.
So I have, for honorable mentions for top 10 tracks, for my top tracks, I have Love is a Cowboy by Kelsey Ballerini.
That was not in my top 5. So
that's good. I have Carousel by Miranda Lambert as an honorable mention.
Also not in my top 5, but I thought about it.
I have Background Music by Maren Morris in my top, and sorry, as an honorable mention too.
I didn't even know that was going to be on there.
I bought her album on CD. I really enjoyed it. I never thought I would buy a Maren Morris album. I never did.
But here we are.
If I Was Your Lover by Kip Moore featuring Morgan Wade is an honorable mention.
Okay.
I vibed heavy with that song, even if they did a weird release. It was kind of a bizarre thing with them releasing
that whole
it.
Stint of them.
And then they're all like touching each other in the music video, but then she's not singing in the song, and it's like, why are you here?
What kind of feature is this?
What is this? What are we watching?
What kind of DJ Khaled contribution is that?
This almost made it in my top 10, and I feel like it might have thrown a wrench in some things, but I had Miles on Main by Riley Green. I really enjoy Miles on Main. I keep coming back to it.
That one didn't even cross my mind when I was thinking, but
really nice song. Every now and then I'll be like, it's a good song, and then I'll listen to it like 5 times in one day.
Based on that, I'm either really on here or really off, because none of the songs I had in my top 5 were listed as honorable mentions. Which means maybe I've got the top 10 on lock, or I've absolutely made a fool of myself.
So here's what we'll do. Before I list my bottom 5 of my top 10, do you have any guesses of some songs that maybe you don't have written down that maybe they're in there? If you don't, then I'll just go. Or maybe even just an artist, because maybe a song is too specific.
I was trying to think if there was like an Ernest song maybe that cracked this list or no, but I couldn't remember which ones you liked, or if you liked Ernest this year like that. I wasn't sure, so I didn't.
I enjoyed his album this year,
but I just didn't think it was top 10 for you. I was thinking something from the Kelsey album, but you've already listed Love is a Cowboy. So unless there's another Kelsey entry, I'm assuming that's off the table.
I kept everybody to 1, including the honorable mentions, I believe. Well, I'll just go ahead and list my bottom 5.
Yeah.
I'll just do that. So, number 10, I had Wrist Tattoo by Tucker. Is it Nicel or Nicel? I don't know. Whatever his name is. And then my number 9 was Girl on Fire by Cameron Marlowe.
I never would have thought that.
When we talked about him, I think I talked about how much I liked it.
Now hearing that, I do recall you liking that song.
I wasn't
going to go rewatch every episode from this year, but I was trying to just remember which were the ones that I remember Jaron talking about the most. But that one slipped my mind, but that rings a bell.
Wait in the Truck by Hardy is number 8.
That throws a wrench.
Oh, it would have been. There's probably some songs up in this top 5. I think so. My top 5, I think last year was slightly more predictable, because I think everybody and their mom was listening to the Morgan Wallen album, and
Yeah.
I obviously liked. Everybody knew that I liked the Cody Johnson album too, so like that was like, and then, but with this one, it's kind of like, oh, and this was also a year where I listened to less popular music, so. Thought You Should Know by Morgan Wallen was number 7.
Okay, I did not have that in my top 5.
Okay.
Oh,
Did you have any Morgan Wallen songs?
I didn't. That might have been an issue now that I think about it.
Well,
I guess it would have been.
It's not an issue anymore. But
right.
And then Yearbook by Ingrid Andress was number 6. So now we are into the top 5.
Absolutely spot on, or you got like nothing right.
I'm gonna be real. You might have a shot at one of them.
So I had Wait in the Truck. I had Wait in the Truck.
As your what? Number 5? Let's go.
I guess I didn't order
would you?
these, did I?
Well, why don't you look at them? Guess which one you think would be my number 5. I
would have thought. Maybe so I had Everything She Ain't, Hailey Whitters.
Oh.
I thought. Which, by the way.
We'll just call that an honorable mention because it probably should be.
You know what? I realized in the shower the other day. I was like,
"You think about me in the shower?" Hold on.
No, I was not thinking about you. I was like, I didn't put Everything She Ain't on my top songs of the year, and I don't know how I managed to forget that because I even knew the transition I was gonna do into it. I was gonna say like number whatever, say it was number 13. I'd be like number 13, and I would just clap, and it would go. Oh. And I realized like, how did I forget to put that in my top list? So top 23 songs of 2022. We're gonna add Hailey Whitters as an honorable mention.
Okay.
Then, so I had Wait in the Truck. So I Know You Loved This EP, and I was trying to think of songs from it. Which ones do I recall you? I have title track Sad Bird by Gracie York.
As my number 5?
Oh, well, I didn't have these in an order.
Well, we're guessing my number 5, so that works. So
guessing. Okay, if I'm guessing my number 5.
Well, hold on. Just stick with that. Just stick with that.
Okay, we'll go with Sad Bird by Gracie York.
Because it's close. Okay. It is off of that EP, but it's not that song. It's not Sad Bird. It is Honey Tell Me.
Oh.
Honey Tell Me was my favorite one off of that EP. But that's good. You knew I liked it. You knew I liked that EP. So that's a pretty solid guess. I like all the songs on that EP. But Honey Tell Me is just so freaking good. So I had Honey Tell Me by Gracie York at number 5. So
right,
what do you think?
So,
what do we got next?
Well, number 4, I would have had Everything She Ain't, but that's not on the list. So
no. So number 4 was Hopelessly Madly by Jessica Willis Fisher, which is a bit of a deep cut off of that album.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I figured you wouldn't have. No. I really love that album, and it still upsets me that nobody else talks about it. At all. No one does. I cry every time.
So my number 3, I've gone for... This might be a reach. This is either a really good pick, or I'm just going to look dumb. Because I thought you really enjoyed Kane Brown's Pop's Last Name. But that could be...
I did really enjoy it.
Looks wrong.
but it's wrong.
Yeah, that was a reach there. I was like, could this be one?
I mean, that would have been a really nice Hail Mary, though. Like, if I had put it there, that would have been dope. But I didn't. I had a... oh, gosh, my phone fell asleep. Give me a second. I had Girl from the Valley by Micah Edwards.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even consider
that. That's what I'm saying with my list this year. I
didn't even put that on my albums list. I'm so dumb.
Yeah. I was going to say, this list this year is going to be a little bit...
so annoying because now that I'm like, you freaking idiot. That's not even on my albums list. All right. That's an L. That's a really...
Like your own albums list? Or are you talking about your one for me? Like the one you made
The one I predicted for you.
Okay, gotcha.
For you.
Yeah, that might be an L. I don't remember exactly how high that album is, but it is on that list. So, number 2. You want to guess number 2?
I had Wait in the Track.
Nothing. Oh, okay. It's a Zach Bryan song. I'll tell you that. You want to guess this?
Oh, shoot. I thought it was Zach Bryan, but there was none that were like, oh, he really liked this one. But
Okay, so some of the songs have grown on me. I've kind of gone out of my I'm tired of Zach Bryan phase.
I'm going as well.
I'm going back every now and then. So I've able to kind of pick out some songs. Like, obviously, I really liked Billy Stay. I'll tell you that it's not Billy Stay. It's still one of my favorites. But there's one in particular that has continued to just stick with me. And some people either really vibe with it or they don't, is what it seems like to me.
Could I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I know, looking at American Heartbreak. Is it American Heartbreak?
Yeah, it's on American Heartbreak.
Just making sure. I know you
because
really
he did release a bunch of other music.
I know you really like The Outskirts, and when you say like some people love it, some people hate it. No, not The Outskirts.
No, that's not it. No, that wasn't it. It was 68 Fastback.
Oh, okay.
I really enjoy 68 Fastback, and I really like the live version that's on All My Homies Hate Ticketmaster.
Fantastic album.
I really enjoy 68 Fastback. I really like that I love it when songs are unconventionally structured.
Yeah.
I really like, and there's like a song by Gregory Alan Isakov called Dandelion Wine, which it like doesn't even have a chorus. Like the entire song is like the chorus kind of.
It's chorus kind
yeah,
of. Yeah.
And it's cool. So I just really enjoy 68 Fastback. I like how it ends. I like how some of the lyrics change a little bit, and it's cool.
Yeah.
But now, what do you think my number one would be? I think you might be able to get this.
I think, I don't want to sound confident, but the fact it hasn't been mentioned yet gives me hope.
Okay.
Or I've flubbed it. I have 30 Miles by William Beckman.
That is correct.
Yup.
That is correct.
That's on me.
Nice. I freaking love 30 Miles. I love that freaking song so much, and I can't believe you think that Follow You is better. Follow You is a good song.
Just follow.
But like,
what are you talking? Supposed to
sorry.
Follow You. 30 kilometers.
Look, we're both our judgment's clouded. Our thought that, we're Evan's like, hey bro, Jaron having a stroke. No, I swear I knew the title. I just said the wrong thing. Follow is a really good song though. The thing is, I respect that choice. The balls to say that you like Follow more than 30 Miles. I respect it. It's wrong. But I respect it.
It's objectively incorrect, however.
Okay. As a transition between tracks and albums, I want to do a little, intermission here. Because I want to actually shout out just Dustin Lynch. Because when I was making this list, I was thinking about all the albums we listened to, and I got to Blue Sky, and I was like, hold on.
This is a good album.
Well, it's not...
Well...
It's not in my top 10.
For Dustin Lynch, it's a pretty good album.
Well, I looked at it and I was like, there are some songs on here that I actually think are better than good.
Something That Makes You Smile is a great
Something
song.
That Makes You Smile is probably my most played by him. And then there's Tennessee Trouble, which I think is pretty good. Party Mode, everybody, I hate saying it, but Party Mode is a good song. It is.
It simply is.
The lyrics are bad. I know they're nothing special, but the song itself is the vibe is immaculate. I don't even. It's it's just party mode. It's how it goes. That's just how it goes.
That's how
party
it
mode
kind of be sometimes though.
And then Pasadena, I remember hearing Pasadena before any of these. It was the first single, I think, or one of them. And I was like, this is good. And so, I just felt like I had to mention that because Dustin, I don't know. It's I'm just I'm speechless. I don't even, it's a bit surprising.
Dustin leaves
honestly.
Jaron speechless.
Yeah.
Title of the podcast.
All right. So you have 7 albums, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a top 5, and then there were 2 others that I...
Well, why don't I'll just list my bottom 3, and if you want to just be maybe this is your top, maybe this is your number 7, maybe this is your number 6, if you want to do that.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So number 10, I Have Raised by Haley Witters.
Yeah, that messed up. I had that happen. Okay.
Okay, but I will say
it's in the top 10.
Yeah, and I'll clarify this. I'll clarify this statement with that. Is I maybe Raised probably is better than some of these other albums, but do I like them more? Yes,
Well,
I like some
spoiler
of the other
alert,
ones.
Raised wasn't in my top 10, so
Oh
sorry
wow.
if that ticked people off. Yeah.
Hmm.
Which I still haven't recorded. Tragic. It's tragedy.
Humble Quest was number 9 by Maren Morris.
Okay.
Surprisingly, maybe it's a surprise album on that list, but when it was out, the months after the recent months after, I listened to it a lot, and I still occasionally come back to it. And I don't think there's a song on there that I don't like, which I can't say the same for some of my other favorite albums, like in the past. Like, I love Wild Card by Miranda Lambert. It's one of my favorite albums of the past 5 years, probably. But there's the song Fire Escape on that album. I don't like it. You know? Like, it's like, I just don't like it. Like, it's like, why is this here?
I can't deal with this.
And I don't feel that way about Humble Quest, which is surprising. Also, side note, unrelated to the list, when I was looking at Maren Morris's this album, I saw that she released like a short film thing or something like that.
I didn't know what that was, but I saw something about that.
And then I think she re-released 7 of the tracks from Humble Quest acoustically or something like that. It was maybe I need to look more into it, but I didn't know if you knew anything about that. I thought
I saw stuff about it. I didn't know check it out though.
All right, I have a feeling this might upset you because this might be one of the last minute additions that you made. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Season of the Sticks by Noah Kahan.
Both said
number
Season
8.
of the Sticks.
Isn't that it?
Stick Season.
Oh, sorry, that's the song. I typed.
No, the song is Stick Season.
Oh, he says Season of the Sticks in the song.
says
Look, I'm tired when I typed this. I was like, that's the song. I just typed it. Season of the Sticks.
Quest of the Humble at number 9.
Quest of the Humble. To be fair, that is a lyric in the song. Season of the Sticks.
But to be fair, that's not the title of it.
Yeah, well, in Humble Quest, he doesn't say Quest of the Humble. Okay, so heck off, nerd.
I'm on
Frick
a
off.
quest of the humble.
I'm on a quest, humble.
You sound like some really bad freestyler. Have you seen the video of the guy when he's on some talk show? This is so random. But have you seen the meme of a dude? He's on a talk show. He's an inspirational rapper or something. And then the lady's like, well, could you give us a freestyle? He's like, yeah. He's like, years ago. And he just cannot get have you know what I'm talking about?
No,
Oh
I'm
my
not.
gosh,
But now I'm just imagining a guy he starts, but he's shutting down. He doesn't know.
That's what it is. He's like, he tries 3 times, years ago. I guess the poor lady's like, would you like to read some from your book? He's like, yeah. I'm sorry.
That's
so
tough.
bad.
Okay. All right. So that was my bottom 3. So, and this is albums and EPs.
Yeah.
So, what do you think my 7th might be?
Well, if we're including EPs, you said there's one EP on this list, correct?
There is one EP on this list.
So I think if we're merging EPs and albums back in, if I have to phase that.
And I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
William Beckman's album is an album, right?
Yes, I have it as an album.
I just want to make sure I wasn't including it as an EP.
That makes me feel very good.
Well, we all knew that was going to be on there somewhere,
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just making sure.
Where is it?
Because I had another EP, so if you considered that the EP, I would have been like, shoot. So, I completely forget if you. I forget because this was back at the start of the year, but I know you enjoyed Caitlin Butts this year, and I had What Else Can She Do, but I
what
don't
can I
know
say?
if
I
that's
love
right.
butts.
What else can he do?
What else can what else
think
can
that's
he
right,
do? Hey yo. All right, no, that was not my 7.
No.
My 7 was Gracie York's Sad Bird.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Did you have it higher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I do really like it, but I think because it's just smaller.
Yeah.
I think I like some other stuff a little bit more.
Number 6.
Number 6.
I've got If Your Tired Heart Is Aching, Bo Armstrong.
Not
Too
at number
new.
6.
What?
Not at number 6. Not at number 6.
Well, okay, so I'm doing all right. I have a lot of the right albums in the wrong spots.
Uh-huh. No, just not. Yeah. Okay.
What is number 6?
What I have at number 6? Sorry, I almost kept going. That was El Paso by Wetzel.
Oh, right. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot about when, like, making your list. I forgot about that. That's on my list, though. Spoiler.
Yeah. It was on your list, but you didn't think it'd be on mine when I'm the guy that listens to.
Look, some things don't add up, Jaron. Okay. So, some thought processes do not go in a straight line.
Fair enough. And I can't be pointing the finger too much because I make. Look, I'm a smart guy, but like when it matters the most, so I'm just stupid sometimes.
I'm not your guy, pal.
I'm not your guy. Number 5. What do you think?
This is where I had Raised. I had Raised by Early Winners, but that's lower.
Well, this is where Gene Leon by Micah Edwards is.
All right. I just forgot to include that, so.
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, I'm probably like Jessica Willis Fisher, that album by Micah Edwards. I feel like I'm the only person that knows it exists. So nobody else. I've never seen anybody else talk about it. So anyway, continue. And it technically is country. Like it is country adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to like a Wetzel or whoever
kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 4.
That's where I had Sad Bird.
If Your Tired Heart Is Aching is at number 4.
Okay. We're good.
And then we move on. We move. Top 3, the podium. What do we think is in the podium?
I think I have a good
Did he
podium.
Did he put Zach Bryan in the top 3? Did he leave Zach Bryan off of his top 3?
I had Jimmy Allen actually at number 1. So
you know how much I loved that collaboration with who was it? Who was it with? I don't even remember. What was the one collab with? The
Pesos?
The chick. What's her name? Jennifer.
Jennifer
No,
Lawrence or something?
Not Jennifer Lawrence. That's an actor. Why did I say Jennifer? That's my fault. Who is it? J-Lo. It's J-Lo.
Jennifer Lopez.
Lopez. We said
Yeah.
Lawrence.
They're the same thing, bro. They're both Jennifer.
Yeah, no. At number was that's not a serious guess, right? That's
No. At number 3, I think I don't know if I have the right order, but I think I have the top 3.
Okay.
Number 3, I have Faded Memories.
Nope. I have Zach Bryan at number 3. American Heartbreak. I know that I was I don't want to say clowning. I was perturbed. I was disgruntled with Zach a few months ago.
Yeah, so I didn't have Zach on this list.
Yeah.
Which
No,
is an issue.
When it comes down to it, I do still really like American Heartbreak. It's just dummy thick. It's just a dummy thick amount of songs. You know, It's just.
All right, number 2.
Go ahead.
Now I think now I have something wrong, obviously, because
Okay.
I had Faded Memories at number 3. I believe it's going to be at number 2, which means I don't think my number 2 is on the list. But I thought you really freaking liked this album, and that was Subject to Change by Kelsey Ballerini.
That would have been an honorable mention. Like it was like very close to, like it could have maybe been like in the Rays spot or like the Humble Quest spot.
Loving that, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and put this high up.
What it came down to was that on Subject to Change, there were a couple songs. They weren't bad. I just didn't really like. They were just all right, I thought. With Humble Quest and Raised, I was kind of vibing with most of that stuff.
They all kind of fun.
And the reason Raised is kind of lower than a couple other songs and isn't higher on the list is the instrumental like interludes are like kind of cool, but for some reason on that album in particular, they just don't work for you. They don't always work for me. I don't know why. Like I would just rather not have them.
Could go without them.
Yeah. But like on If Your Tired Heart Is Aching,
they work.
They work. They work so well. I love them.
Number 1. You had something else?
No. I need to say what number 2 is, right?
Yeah, wait, I'm getting it.
What did you guess for number 2? What did you get?
Subject to change.
That's right.
But this is gonna be Faded Memories, I'm assuming.
Number 2 is Brand New Day by Jessica Willis Fisher.
So Faded Memories is number 1.
Indeed, it is. I freaking love. It is such a tight collection of. It's 7?
7
songs.
I had Faded Memories at number 3 and Brand New Day at number 1. So I was close.
Literally every single song on Faded Memories is heat. It's a banger. It's absolute. It's just good. It's great. It's amazing actually. It's phenomenal. His cover of "I'm on Fire" is quite possibly better than the original. And all you old heads out here that listen to the podcast and are probably getting your undies in a bunch because I said that, heck off. I guess.
What a great old person insult. Getting your undies in a bunch.
No, like William Beckman is a stud, and I love Jessica Willis Fisher's album too. So those are my top 2. And speaking of which, I got Jessica Willis Fisher's book for Christmas.
Right. Oh yeah, I know you were talking about that book.
And I won't get into it because it's like not super related to like country music. It's more about her personal upbringing, which does have to do with music and stuff like that, but it also focuses on she suffered from types of abuse and other things when she was younger, so it's not like a fun book to read.
It's not one to read before, like,
but it's very like
a good read,
good,
not a
uplifting
read.
It is, yeah. It's well, there's parts of it that it's hopeful and inspiring, but also like, damn, like,
yeah, you feel bad,
and it's a really good look into her personal life and the struggles that she's had to deal with because of the abuse and the raising that she faced. And also at the same time, I could see some people that I don't agree with. They could be like, well, you were raised and you had, like, your family was like rich and you had money, so like, why are you like complaining? It's like, okay, chill, bro. Like, let me see you get sexually assaulted by your dad, like, your entire childhood. Okay? That's like, okay, yeah, shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there will be people that will say stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
trying to outweigh, like, your trauma.
Yeah, and it's like, no, stop. Like, everybody's got their own beef. Anyway.
It's a losing fight.
Is that the episode?
That's the episode.
Well, we'll, after this episode, we should be back to normal. Should have a little bit more energy, a little bit structured more.
Hopefully more of a voice, more energy,
yeah,
better health.
Yeah.
And 2023 is where we take it up a notch. 2023 is where. Yeah.
Although technically this is 2023 right now, so maybe we should have started taking it up a notch already. But
this episode's an exception.
Yeah. All right.
Just making sure we get because this was supposed to be 2022. So
that's true.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Jaron, do you want to say something weird to close the episode off in a strange fashion?